And we're live! What's going on, everybody? My name is Mark. This is the Big Critique channel. Let's talk about why I don't think we should. I'm gonna keep my glasses on. Why I don't think we should have the right to vote, really. Now, I know that sounds very, I don't know, dictatorship-like or whatever. We're Americans. Why shouldn't we have the right to vote? So, the reason I don't think we should have the right to vote is because if you think of it like a hiring process, right? The President of the United States of America is the most high-stress, high-pressure job in the world. I don't think the majority of Americans who do vote have any idea what goes on during the day-to-day of, like, the president's, like, to-do list. How could you possibly know who to choose to vote if you have no idea what they actually have to do every day of the week? It's like Donald Trump saying, okay, I don't know a fucking thing about being a doctor, but I'm gonna take my vote in whether you should be a doctor based on a few things that you stream on YouTube. I'm sorry, there's not much credibility on here. Like, there could be, but it's just not factual, you know? I want to see, proof, like guaranteed proof that you could be a doctor, you know? I think we make this entire thing out to be something that it's not. And I think that really should change. I do have a solution for this, and if you're just joining, I don't think we as Americans, I think the voting system should just be different. Maybe not allowed to vote. I know I said before we shouldn't be allowed to vote. Here's my solution to it. I think, first of all, every president we have, you will think is worse than the last one. That's just the way I have seen it. I'm 33, it's the way I've always seen this. Here's what I think. I think that we need to take a much more pragmatic approach to selecting who the President of the United States is going to be. And this is how I would do it. This is how I would... I don't want to... You can't guarantee a better solution. You can't guarantee making anybody happy. You can't guarantee picking the best person for their job. But you can try your hardest to weed out people who don't have the best problem-solving abilities in the world. So, now, is this to say that I don't think our current president, Trump, is doing a good job? No. I'm not going to get into how I feel about Donald Trump at all, because I don't really I'm like neutral. I think there's good and bad things that he's done for this country, so I'm not going to go there. But here's what I would do if I had any power or money behind me whatsoever. What I would do is, I would get the top engineers in the world in a room alongside with a few of the past presidents. So Obama, Clinton, whoever is still alive to be able to sit down in a room, and I would say, listen, let's create an augmented reality or an AI, right, artificial intelligence, in conjunction with maybe an augmented reality system, right? So essentially what you'd want to do is you want to place a candidate in these high pressure situations to see how they would actually realistically react. Not just because they know how to put on a show for the media. That's what we're doing right now. We're accepting the fact that they put on a good show for the media. That's not the way we should be doing this at all. We're giving these people not only the most important job in the world, we're giving them the most power in the world. And we're doing this based on what they say, what they've been trained to say to the media. How fucking stupid have we become to allow this charade to continue? Like, we're out of our minds. We're absolutely out of our minds. And so, this is why I just don't agree with this process at all. So again, you get engineers and politicians in the same room, and you conceptualize and produce a software or a virtual experience where you can plug potential candidates in, and you put them in real life circumstances that, without breaching national security, obviously, that, like, they'd have to problem solve their way through. Now, I'm looking at this as somebody who has a background in tech. I'm looking at this from an engineering standpoint. Now, I'm not saying that I would like to see a scientist in office at all. And I'm not saying that an engineer would do good at this job. There's a lot of social and political skills that need to be retained and you need to be really good at that side, like, of the social spectrum, to be able to do this job. What I'm saying is, I think that we need somebody who can give us the best of both worlds. We need somebody who's very pragmatic and is very good under extreme amounts of stress and making decisions very, very quickly. In addition, at the same time, I should say, to somebody who's obviously very good socially and contains a fair amount of emotional intelligence and empathy and all that. Because at the end of the day, you're affecting millions upon millions of lives. And again, not to say that one president has done better than the other. Again, a million people can make a million different arguments for why Trump is the best president to ever hit this country, or why Obama was 20 times better. So I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to do that, because I don't have enough proof to back that stuff up. I haven't done my research on that. But what I can tell you is, based on what I've seen, the idea that I have that could be a better solution to our current voting system. Again, people, when you think about voting, you think, we the people, we have power. We have power to make a difference in this country. But the question is, don't you think we need to be educated properly to make the right decision to, like, share this power of hiring the most influential person in the world? Because I think we do. I think that's why we need to reconsider this. We need to reconsider this process because we're not thinking the right way about it at all. Think about it like this. You have the most high stress, almost important job in the world, or one of the most important jobs in the world. It affects billions of people, the United States presidency, every day of the week, right? And so, think about it in the sense that, like, how many uninformed people are voting continuously based on the way they feel emotionally? I want you, anybody who watches this, I think it'd be a great idea for you to try to talk to a bunch of people, right? And see how many, and like preach something. Preach an opinion of yours to them or whatever. And watch how many of them blindly agree with you. Just because of the emotion that you're putting forth. And then watch how many people actually criticize and critique what you're saying and question you. Because 9 times out of 10, I want to say 80% of people will just sort of nod and, okay, alright, yeah, you know what, I agree with you. Right? Because once you start to put that emotion out there, it captures a lot of people. You're going to have maybe 20-30% of people who start to question you. But I feel like more often than not, people just sort of like shake their head and nod along. And these are the people we have voting. And the thing is, these people, these candidates we have running for as president, they know how to talk publicly. They know how to transfer the emotion of the thought and the goal they're trying to convey to. So obviously they want to become president, right? They know how to transfer their energy to get you emotional and to build up on that. They know how to do this. You watch anybody running for president talk. Obama knew how to do it. Trump knows how to do it. Watch. Trump talks with his hands, right? He talks with his hands consistently, like this and like this. And the way he does that, and if you watch him, you'll notice that triggers people on a very subconscious level. And this is what happens. And this is why we keep failing again and again and again. But you know what? I don't want to see failing. I just think it's not necessarily a failure. A failure is really going to be with respect to what you consider success and failure as a human being, right? What it is it's just not being pragmatic enough in the way we make one of the most important decisions in the world. And that's it. That's my spiel on this. I don't have much more to say. Nobody seems to be in this live chat right now, and that's fine. I didn't really market it very much. But I mean, like, show me some likes, show me some comments. I really want to get people's opinion on this because I think it's really important. I come from a problem-solving background, and it's exhausting every 4 years or, to hear people talk about the presidency and about how, again, it's all going to be this, and it is going to be the same shit every single year. It will be the same exact thing with regard to hiring our next president. Because we are not electing one. Well, we are technically, but it shouldn't be an election. We should be hiring them. We should be hiring the President of the United States, and we should be doing it the right way. listen, maybe my idea for developing some sort of a software to throw these people into high stress situations to figure out if they can really handle the job, maybe that's not the best approach to solving this. But I think that we definitely need to debug the type of work that they'll be doing and the best way to filter people out to get there. Because all this campaigning shit, it's just getting people emotionally. That's all it's doing. Because these people know how to talk publicly, and that's it. I'm going to stop now. If you guys found any value in this, again, leave me some likes and comments. Hit that subscribe button, and I will see you sometime soon. I don't want to guarantee tomorrow, but hopefully within the next few days. Also, you guys, I started a new channel with a friend of mine. We're putting very specific content on there, calling it Business and Banter. Check it out. I'll leave the link in the comments. We have a few videos up for those of you who are interested in credit score stuff, or like how to fix your credit score, anything real estate related. We got a bunch more content coming out because two heads are better than one. Guys, thanks so much for tuning in. I hope to see you again soon. Bye.